Why Not? A queer podcast.
Thank you to our sponsor, Pineapple Healthcare, an award-winning primary care clinic right here in Orlando.
Pineapple Healthcare offers mental health counseling, HIV, STI testing and treatment, and specializes in care for the LGBTQ plus community.
Open Monday through Saturday. Call today at 407-553-6336 and schedule your appointment.
Pineapple Healthcare. Better together.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rick Todd.
And I'm Jeremy Williams, and you're listening to Wine,
Why Not? A queer podcast.
episode 177.
It
right.
reminds me of this terrible joke I used to tell. I won't go into it because it's a joke that I was told when I was younger. So it's like completely gay bashing, but it involves the number 77. And I always want to lisp it. I'd be like 77, but I'll tell you the joke when we get off the podcast.
Okay. Maybe
At
we'll
least
post
I
it up.
offend our 7 listeners.
We won't post it up on all the socials, but do we have a Twitter? I feel like that's where the inappropriate jokes should all go.
Let's do it.
All right. 177. All right. So I have a few.
We're packed. Let's jump right in.
Yeah. I got a few tidbits. We're going to have Ryan, the editor-in-chief for Watermark Out News, coming on in a bit. So I have a little factoid for him. As we all know, if you know Ryan, you know he's into Marvel. Big Marvel guy. And
I wish that you had said that we know he's into ... and then let us just
fill it in.
Just say,
well,
Ariel.
So the Marvel character Doctor Strange
Sushi
lives in New York City at the Sanctum Sanctorum. His address is 177A Bleecker Street. For those who have been to New York, that is an apartment building. In real life, it's an apartment building in Greenwich Village and not the Sanctum Sanctorum, like I was led to believe when I first got here. And I wandered Greenwich looking for it. And I was like, that's not real.
Didn't you pass by some like dry cleaners that was part of some superhero show?
My laundromat is across the street from because I lived in Hell's Kitchen, is across the building they used for the law offices for Daredevil. So that whole area right there, they shot the TV show Daredevil in.
This might be too soon, but you said I lived across the street, and I was like, and now you live on the street.
Oh. No, the laundromat is across the street. I still do my clothes there.
Okay.
I lived up the street, but now I live on the street. So you are correct. You're not wrong. Something that if I'm not able to find an apartment, that'll be a handy. The 177 caliber is the smallest diameter bullet for a BB gun. It won't kill me, but it'll wake me up.
Can you imagine if you tried that? It was like
damn
38 times.
But it is the smallest diameter for a BB, and it is the most commonly used BB for air guns. So if you have an air rifle or an air gun, you probably use the 177 caliber air shot. Speaking of not giving away my shot, Teamsters Local 177 is the local union for UPS workers in New Jersey. So shout out to UPS workers. For those who are curious, I too am in a union. Macy's union is the local 1S. So shout out to the local 1S. Here's one for you, Rick. A couple of TV shows that ran for 177 episodes. One I know that you watched. One I'm pretty sure you watched.
I can guess them because I wrote them down.
Oh, did you? Oh, did you watch both of them?
I watched. Yes, of course. Of course, both of them.
Oh, okay. So House, which ran on Fox from 2004 to 2012, and The Walking Dead, which ran on AMC for from 2010 to 2022. Both ran for 177 episodes.
You got a medical drama? I've watched it.
Absolutely. Not just a medical drama, but a medical drama about a scruffy, angry, very condescending doctor who is always right. I feel like that is a wheelhouse of shows that you watch that has like a weird out doctor who's always right. So that The Good Doctor, you watch The Good Doctor?
Yeah.
I figured.
And Grey's Anatomy and Meredith Grey is always right.
Yeah.
I will say, House messed me up when it comes to going to the doctor. I have this warped sense of the medical community. So
Yeah.
there's this like thing that I have wrong with me. I think you probably know about it. I mean, you must. We've been friends for a long time, and it's gone on for, now it's been 8 years or 7 years that I have really itchy skin, and it's like
Yeah.
it's so itchy that I could really just scratch until my skin bleeds completely, and
Oof.
and nobody knows what it is or why it is, and so I just got tired of like going to different kinds of doctors. And I mean, I've even had like surgery to have like glands removed and stuff, thinking those were the issue. And nothing seems to help except painkillers, which is frowned upon to take all the time.
It's true.
And the other thing is allergy medication. So I take allergy pill every other day and it stops it. But I was thinking, I'm sitting there in my doctor's office and I'm like, just go get House. He'll figure it out.
He will. He'll
But
be an
yeah,
asshole to you, but he'll figure out what's wrong with you.
he can limp on in there and
Oh,
well, yeah, if you've seen it, you
yeah.
know what I mean by
Yeah.
that, and just yell at me and call me all kinds of bad names and tell me what the
Yeah.
problem is, and I'll fix it. That's
Yeah.
all.
I'm down for that. That's a very different type of movie that I watch. Come in, yell at me, slap me around a little
Ah,
bit, light a cigarette. Um,
sometimes you've been the yeller right here.
hey, I am a giver, so I fall into whatever role they want me to.
That's
Um,
you wanna stay away from if you Google Old Yeller
oof,
and a picture of Jeremy pops up, don't watch that
don't
video.
click on that. Um, all right, so 3 movies that came up, the rather popular movies for different reasons, popular for different reasons, all come in at 177 minutes or 2 hours and 57 minutes. Braveheart, directed and starring Mel Gibson, won a bunch of Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director. The
That's for the movie,
Postman,
not the man.
yeah, The Postman, directed it and starring Kevin Costner, which was famously a huge bomb. Sorry, Kevin Costner. And then The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, directed by Sergio
Hmm.
Leone and starring Clint Eastwood, and is considered one of the greatest Good Lord, I'm slurring already. One of the greatest westerns ever made. All 3 come in at 177 minutes. So if you wanted
Which
to
is
do
a
back to
lot.
back to back watching, make sure you got like 9 hours set aside. Or
Yeah.
in the film industry, one Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot
That's
of
yeah.
time.
It's
I was gonna say that
good
the
movies
post
though.
the Postman seemed to be that it seemed all you felt all 177
Yeah.
minutes.
You know, I did not hate The Postman as much as the rest of society did. But and I love Kevin Costner, but when he directs and writes a movie, he has a tendency to be very drawn out with it. Did you watch any of his big Western epic that came out last year?
No, because they're on CBS, right? Oh, no, 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 he had a
No,
movie.
it was in the theaters, but it's
I
4 movies that he wanted to make. Each one is like 3.5 hours long. The first one bombed. He already shot the second one, and the studio was like, "Yeah, we're done. We're not doing the other 2." And he funded a lot of it with his own money, so he's still pushing to try to get the other 2 made. But yeah, he just loves long, drawn out epics. Apparently,
Yeah, it's weird. I'm a fan. I don't know why people
yeah,
I
I
mean,
like
I don't
Kevin
care that
Costner.
his accent in Robin Hood went in and out. I still think it's the greatest Robin Hood movie that I've seen.
I mean, next to
I
Men in Tights and the
see,
Disney animated one.
yeah, no, I
That's my
stand by what I
favorite.
say.
Of
I
course
stand
you
by what I
do.
said.
And
Although I
then
do
my
like
fine.
Carrie
Oh,
Elways. I mean, back
yeah.
then, Carrie Elways, The Princess
Oof.
Bride,
Mhm.
as
Mhm.
you wish, Carrie Elways.
Oof. And now we're back to never mind. Um and then my final one, as always, Pokemon 177 for Caitlin, is Natu. Natu is a round bird-like psychic Pokemon. He is telekinetic and extremely good at climbing tree trunks and likes to eat new sprouts out of a tree. So good for you, Natu.
I wanted to read to you a headline, and I had it pulled up, and then I lost it. But Dylan sent me an article from Gaiety that says Pokemon is gay, or all Pokemon characters are gay, and here's what Pokemon is saying about you. So we should check that out and talk about it.
I don't disagree with that. I will say that in my quest of naming the Pokemon when we started this, I don't know, 50 Pokemon ago or whatever. I don't forget what number we started on.
120.
All Pokemon are non-gender conforming. They are both genders and no genders. Caitlin's shaking her head. According to the website that I am on for all my Pokemon facts, they claim that all of them, because they have gender listed and it lists both under every Pokemon. And it's because both genders exist, as I am being told in my ear. Okay. Hold on. I'm starting to understand. I'm reading it as, because it lists both, that they're all genders. She's saying the Pokemon comes in both genders. So not only are they not gender nonconforming, but they are also conservative Republicans and says there's only two genders.
La and la.
So sorry, this will be the final Pokemon that we do. So those are
Which
my
Pokemon-
177.
What Pokemon number is Mel Gibson?
He's the one that comes after number 2.
Aw. Aw.
Hey,
We're gonna.
hey, I just report the news. I didn't make him anti-Semitic.
I know, just because that lined up to be funny, we're gonna leave that in. Yeah. Speaking of, did you hear about that guy? I'm not gonna get into it. Yeah, because we're not a news podcast. But that Jewish gay guy at the Pride rally that got booed away.
Only to the extent that you told me about it.
Yeah,
I haven't looked into it yet, but you told me what happened. Yeah.
You know, a simple yes would suffice, Jerry.
Yes, of course. I may have less watermark, but my thirst for knowledge and news never left.
Well, you covered most of my 177 facts, but I
Okay.
will tell you this one thing that was left out. Do you know how many episodes Seinfeld has?
Seinfeld, let's see if I can do real quick math. Seinfeld did 9 episodes, but season 1 was like 5 episodes. So we're going to go 8 times 22 is like, it's like, that's 10, carry the 1. I can say 180.
It's exactly 180.
Is it?
It is. But,
I swear to God, that was a guess.
yeah, no, yeah. You're probably got it pulled up, right? And you're like, yeah,
No,
180. But Julia Louis-Dreyfus appears in 177 of them.
Oh, do you know she's not in the pilot? That's one of the episodes she's not in
Oh.
because they initially didn't have an Elaine for the show and they shot the pilot and NBC was like, you need to bring a lady in here. These 3 dudes ain't doing it for us.
Well, good for the show because they hired a great one.
I love her.
All right, you ready to guess Friends episode 177?
Yes,
I do gotta say I like this one.
It's the Thanksgiving episode.
No.
Oh. Okay. Well, last week we talked, it was the Halloween episode. So I just assumed
There
there's
must
only
be
like
one.
a couple of weeks between Halloween. So there's
Yeah.
got to be an episode between because they take winter hiatus right before Thanksgiving. So the Thanksgiving episode would have been the week before that. So right before Thanksgiving, we're going to say,
It's not so. I just feel like it's not one that would stick out of your mind as particularly great. It's just there's this. It's ridiculous. I'll
is this
give you
the
some
one
subplot.
where?
Uh.
Oh, I just want to say really quick because this is the most ridiculous episode, but I thought it was season 9, but I might be wrong. Is this the one where Monica thinks that Chandler is into shark porn?
No, but it's that ridiculous.
It's so stupid.
Monica and Chandler drive the show on this one. Yeah, like the show's named after them. But it's also the one where Rachel's trying to decide where to live, and Ross tries to get her that apartment with that woman that they think has
with
died.
the Armenian lady, yeah,
and she's Dutch, and
Dutch,
yeah. But that's going on.
That doesn't ring any bells for me. For the what else?
It's also
happened?
the one where Phoebe makes out with Sean Penn and finds out that he slept with Ursula by accident.
Oh yeah, that whole thing. They did Phoebe dirty with some relationships, like making her hook up with her sister's stalker and her ex-boyfriend.
This is the one with the stain.
Laugh.
The one with the stain. It's the Chandler hires the maid and Monica
that one
thinks
is
she's stealing her clothes. Or she has. They're all looking at her crotch trying to find him.
The only funny line in that one to me is when Monica's out in the hallway talking to Rachel and the the maid comes storming out and she goes, "I quit," and she's like, "Yeah, that's about right."
So in this
Yeah.
one, Gunther tells Ross he has sex with donkeys, but he does it in Dutch. They had the whole translation of everything that people say in Dutch on there. It was
Yeah.
great. What else is in this? Trivia facts, because that's what I care about. Phoebe
Of
blows
course.
off Ross for lunch in order to go on a date. But in 2001, the one with all the
Mhm.
cheesecakes, a major plot point was that Phoebe said that was inexcusable and got very mad at Joey for doing
Yep.
that.
You don't blow off friends for the prospect of sex. And
So
Joey
here's
said, "Of course you can."
which I always thought was the gold was like you're golden. If you're gonna have
Yeah.
sex, then you could ditch your friends.
Yeah.
So when Ross and Rachel visit the apartment of the Dutch lady, there are picture frames behind her. But if you look closely, those photos have also been seen in Monica's apartment throughout the series.
Mm.
I thought that was fascinating.
Lazy set designers.
All right, I think you're gonna get the director here, so we're gonna
Okay.
start with the film.
Okay.
It's a 1984 film with Jim Jarmusch.
Hmm.
It's about a New Yorker whose life started into a tailspin when his younger cousin surprise visits him, starting a strange, unpredictable adventure. It's 1984, but I think it's in black and white. Um,
It doesn't sound familiar, but it sounds
uh,
fascinating. I feel like I should watch it. Speaks a
uh,
lot to me in these days.
Stranger Than Paradise.
Huh.
All right, here you go. 177th greatest director of all time.
All right.
It's directed some. I mean, you're gonna know all these movies, whether or not you know that somebody who directed them or not. I
Yeah.
don't know. To give you a hint, he's very famous for making well-known comedians in genre actors into incredible dramatic actors, like Harrison Ford, Robin Williams, and Jim Carrey. He directed. And I'm gonna start with things that you might not know. The
Okay.
Way Back in 2010,
Mhm.
Witness 1985.
Yeah.
He won a 1982 Oscar for Best Director for The Year of Living Dangerously.
Mhm. Mhm.
But everybody knows Dead Poets Society, 1989.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I don't know who directed Dead Poet Society. Um, Wolfgang Peterson.
You got the Peter part right. But don't you
Oh,
always? It's Michael Weir's
Wolfgang
famous
Peter B.
brother, Peter Weir.
Peter Weir. Good old Peter Weir.
Good old Peter Weir. Well, I apologize for having faith in you. I don't want you
Yeah.
to feel like you've disappointed anyone.
Listen. Life has been tough for me, and I've had to dump a lot of knowledge to learn how to maneuver um, the city's homeless situation.
Is that a
That's
movie
what's
or a
stuck in
TV
here.
show, or is it a commercial? It was a commercial for the Super Bowl. Is that what it is? Where like you can only store so much information in your head, so you have to get rid of things in order to store more stuff in there. It was a
I
Super
don't.
Bowl commercial. Remember
It
they did
might
not
have been.
they didn't know how to sit in a chair.
I know that it is a SpongeBob episode, but that might be a parody of the Super Bowl commercial. Yeah, it's exactly like that. In the SpongeBob, it's a bunch of SpongeBobs throwing files out of file cabinets. Like, where is it? That's my head. That is my head. But it's not SpongeBob. It's Patrick. It's a bunch of Patricks running around, being like, "Where is it?" That's my life. Um,
I don't know her.
I don't. Oh,
Okay. No, you know what? It's not something I ever got into. I
SpongeBob.
maybe watched one episode.
Yeah.
It just wasn't ever my
Um,
thing.
I'm obsessed. I love it. Um, and I will always love it.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Well, before Ryan falls asleep, let's bring him on.
Let's do it.
We're going to talk about our week, so we wanted to bring on Watermark's editor-in-chief. You may know him from episode 1, where he was a co-host.
1 year ago, when I
Oh,
was
wait, it
moving
was.
here, I was moving here to pursue dreams that really didn't take
Here we
off.
are fulfilling our annual contract of Ryan's annual appearance on the Why Am I Not a Queer podcast.
You get one a year.
Happy to be back.
Yeah, we won't go into like what your favorite gay movies are and any of that. People can go back and listen to the other episode. But we did want to have you on because it was a big week for Pride, but specifically for St. Pete Pride. And since you covered one or two events, we thought we'd bring you on and give you a chance to talk about the events and how it all went.
Well, I'm bright red and very
Don't be
tired.
nervous.
I'm so nervous.
It's really, literally, it is just us.
Um,
Yeah, just us.
No, that's not true. Because Ryan's on, it'll probably double our listenership because his friends in St. Pete will
oh,
listen.
hello, Tampa Bay. This is a
Aw.
podcast called Wine, Wine Not. No, I'm really excited to be back and very excited for July. We're we're very tired. I always say that it's a great problem to have, covering so many Pride events.
Well,
And
now that you've said it, some other town is gonna take July on as their Pride
Mhm.
Month, and now we're gonna have a million events.
I have no doubt. But it is a good problem to have, and especially in Florida. But St. Pete Pride just wrapped. It was another wonderful celebration, very long. It has now evolved into a month of festivities. They actually started
A lot of
in
pride.
a lot of pride. I always say I'm very proud.
I
Yeah,
usually about this time of the year am saying to people I have no more pride to give. And today, of all today, right? I get back from St. Pete today and I get an email from Come Out with Pride that's like, hey, let's start talking about the guide.
Oof.
And I'm like, can I have one day?
I reviewed the Come Out with Pride one sheet this morning.
Oh, they must have asked somebody else too.
But yeah, the St. Pete Pride was a lot again. But for those that don't know, it's billed as Florida's largest Pride celebration and one of the largest in the Southeast. Certainly feels like it when you are in the thick of it. Um, this year was a little different. They actually moved Transtastic, which is its event focused on trans joy, and really centers the community. They moved that to the Thursday before the Pride weekend finale. So it was really cool actually to sort of kick things off with that. It's always one of my favorite events. Um, it, has trans artists, trans entertainers. It was at the James Museum this year. Um,
Oh, nice.
yeah,
I
it's a
was gonna
really great
ask if
space.
it was indoors this year when you said they moved it because it is. I mean, it's indoor and outdoor where it used to be, and the outdoor part of it was always sweltering. For
Hmm.
those who don't live in St. Pete, you don't know that this weekend is literally the hottest weekend of anywhere ever.
Yeah, we frequently uh, over the weekend talked about Stonewall and why it had to be why it had to be June. But I was
Right?
everyone was mad because they were hot.
I mean, it's Queens up north. They had no idea what it was like, the heat
I
in
mean,
Florida.
listen, I've only been here a year, so I don't feel the need to defend them all up here. But I will say, um, that was 50 years ago, and climate change has really fucked up the climate. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't that hot back then. If it was now, they probably would be like, yeah, we'll wait till like January.
I'm sure this isn't Ryan's message to, to the queer community 50 years ago, but he's like, "Listen, you've been repressed for so long.
I know.
Can't you
What's
just
6 more
can't you
months?
just deal with the police violence for another 6 months so that we can do this?"
Put down the brick. It's so
White
hot.
boy from Oklahoma. Idaho. Is that where it was? I forget. In the
We
movie?
actually watched
I
that on
can't
the
remember.
episode I was on.
We
Oh, yeah, we did. Look at that. Full circle. Look at us.
Mm.
Yeah. Well researched and timed. So
But
anything
Transtastic,
special? Yeah, keep going.
it was wonderful. And Friday was Slay the Bay. Slay the Bay was their reimagined Friday night concert, which they moved indoors as well. So I was very, very excited about that. Few different artists, Chinchilla, Flanabas, and
Oh.
Kane Colto were there.
Oh.
Do you know Kane Colto?
I don't know any names you just said.
I will say that you'll be a fan of Kane Colto when you look up his.
He thought you were just having a stroke. Just making up sounds now.
You said King Colto?
Cain, Cain,
Kane.
Culto. He's a former pastor. He is a Hispanic singer who was very entertaining and very attractive, which always is nice.
That's
as well.
always helpful.
But everyone was really great, and it was a cool time. Yeah, actually, the gallery's on watermarkoutnews.com right now. If anyone
Oh, you
wants
should
to
have
check
told
it
us
out.
to go there. We're over here Googling him.
But yeah, it was a really great time, and the music was great. Outside of that, Saturday and Sunday, those are the really big days. I will say that we always divide and conquer when it comes to Saturday. Their festivals are taking place in 2 parks. The parade is another area. There's the Trans March,
Yeah,
and
they got
this year
2
that
festivals, 2
festival.
parades. They got a lot
It's
going
a
on.
lot. So we just divide and conquer. Rick and I were together this year for that, and
Can I just 1 second? I just want you to know that Jeremy's not listening to anything that you're saying because
What? No, wait.
he is doing a deep dive into this Kane guy's Instagram.
I just like to be well researched.
You can just tell there was 0 reaction on his face on any of it. It's just like
Sorry, I put my
I
phone
was
down.
watching your eyes, and sometimes you get to a picture you like, and like,
Let's just say I was singing the thong song in my head while I was looking at some of those photos.
a very,
So-
very attractive gentleman.
So a lot of events going on. Divide and conquer is how we do. Well, Ryan and I were assigned to the same area. Ryan assigned it. I think mainly because he was just making sure that no one else had to babysit me since I was, there by myself. And but it was the VIP area, which arguably had the greatest thing ever. Where did Caitlin go? Oh, there she is. Let's say she disappeared. I got so confused. Not Caitlin. No, she was taken.
She was looking up pictures of Kane. She just didn't want us to know.
She had to throw up in a bucket next to her. Anyway, arguably the greatest moment in Pride, 2 years running now, has been this stage where this performer is. I don't know her name. What's her name, Ryan?
Kiala Santi. She's a former Miss St. Pete Pride, and she's a Tampa Bay entertainer. She entertains in Central Florida as well. Really, really fantastic.
We were first turned on to her talent when we were roaming last year, and we're like near the stage, and all we hear is like red shirt, blue jeans, green bag, and we're like, "What's going on?" So we walk over to the stage, and she's just on stage, and there's like DJ's got a beat going, and she's just looking out at the audience and pointing at people, and she's like, "Red shirt." There's a guy in the red shirt starts screaming. She's just singing what
But
people are wearing.
everything is a bop. Like it works. It shouldn't work, but it's amazing. And so she's just calling out whatever she sees in the audience.
So just to clarify, there's a beat going on from a DJ. She's looking at the audience. She's just yelling things that she sees. And they pay her for this? I am in the wrong career.
I gotta tell you, no, this is a genius. It's great, and it gets better. Because how do you one up that, right? How do you improve on that? And we have videos, and I believe we are going to post these onto our Facebook page or social medias. That she went from just calling out things into the audience to reciting nursery rhymes. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
There was the whole.
I mean, come on,
Itsy
Ryan.
bitsy.
Yeah.
Itsy bitsy.
And it's kind of
Itsy
like a
bitsy.
beat. It's like you're about to intro into some huge drop beat or something. It's like itsy bitsy down the wall. Like it's great.
London
I love
Bridge. It was
You know what?
20 minutes. 20 minutes of it.
Fuck it. I don't have any path in my life. I'm going to try it here in New York. That is my new gig.
It's
I'm
a
gonna try
vibe.
it.
Now, I will say that
Start with palette and open mic nights.
she also
Yeah.
looks amazing. So you do
Yeah.
need
Hey,
to
hey,
really do yourself up.
I look amazing to a very specific kind of person.
Dude, this is your OnlyFans. You can do this on OnlyFans. I
You know
want
what?
to point with yeah.
I was just gonna say I could do that, and then for an extra $10, I will take my socks and shoes off, and that will take care of another very specific group of people.
I want to point out real quick though that I am not at all poking fun at. I'm legitimately telling you this is highly entertaining and great, and I could watch her all day. In fact, I have watched that video since 10 o'clock all day long.
And the best part about it is she has fun with it. Like, she's
Yeah.
just like, I know this is silly, but y'all are watching.
Yeah, right.
And
she's like, what if she's like, you paid $100 to watch me do this?
VIP.
I love it. No AC. I just will
yeah,
point
she's
that out
amazing.
that the whole the big sell to this VIP area was the air conditioned tent, which never had air conditioning in it, and
Oh,
actually
Jesus.
just because it was all closed up was just the greenhouse effect. Like it was
Oh,
like
God.
you walked into there, it was like whoa, and it it was crazy. But
That's
yeah.
how yesterday, because obviously I'm staying at your place, I went to take a shower and everything was sealed off, and I got out of the shower and it was just like a greenhouse in there, and I had to open the window, and it was humid outside, and then that just let more humidity in, and I was like, oh God, I gotta get out of here.
Oh yeah, it's our sauna.
So I stepped out of the bathroom. Luckily, I was the only one home at the time, because I stumbled out in nothing but a towel.
I'm black. Nobody else was here either. Is that why the
I don't wanna-
dogs are? That's not why the dogs won't come out of their kennel.
Oh no, the dogs love me.
Dude, man.
Naked German.
I had a towel on. No, the
I would
dogs are
pay
great.
her
We
to
bonded
follow me
yesterday.
around and just narrate life. She should do that like Billy on the street kind of a thing, but she should just walk around New York with her fan, clacking it to get a beat, and just walk by people and say something. Oh, I love it so much.
Listen,
Anything
when
else you want to
Jeremy
point out
finds
about
a
CP Friend?
place, when Jeremy finds a place, just invite her.
There you go.
I want to hire her for watermarks parties. I want like birthday parties.
She's a blast and so sweet.
Yeah, she's great.
I mean, it's hard to top that, but I will say that the rest of the entertainment that evening was really great. Sam Starr from Drag Race, for those listening who are Drag Race fans, came, and she was super sweet. We talked to her ahead of time. Discord Adams is a St. Petersburg-based queen from the show. We've talked to her a bunch over the last season. But she performed live.
I love having Ryan on the show because Ryan will always tie something back to an article in the paper. You know, it's like always like,
Hey, I do that sometimes. We talked about the Holocaust the other week.
do you remember like when Brian used to listen to the podcast when it first came out, and after every episode, he's like, "You didn't mention our article about this. You didn't mention this," or
yeah. Website.
shameless plug.
Read it now. But yeah, it's
Oh my God, it works. I really want to read Watermark now.
see? Subscribe. But yeah, it was a really great time. And then obviously Sunday was the street festival. There were a couple of headliners there that Cocktail actually sponsored. Pepper Mache, who I did not know was a lesbian, even though I've interviewed her like years ago when she was here for Tampa Pride. But yeah, so she was there and a couple of other folks. It was great.
Shameless plug strikes again.
Watermark. But yeah, it was a great time. It was very hot. It was very, very, very hot.
Yeah.
but
very hot.
Mm.
There's nothing you can do about it. I mean,
Yeah.
you're on Central. There's no trees. You're just on asphalt. At least it didn't rain though, right? All day.
no,
So that's, I mean, at least there's
I feel
that.
like the rain would have helped at that
it
point.
But
actually it does.
it helps while it rains. But as
Yeah.
soon as it stops raining, it's just steam. It's
Yeah.
awful. And it's, on that black road, it just
And we're
steams right
actually
up.
going to experience that here. Wednesday and Thursday, it's going to get up to 100 and it's going to rain. So it's going to be like we're at St. Pete.
No,
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I will say
He's
it's
like,
warm
no,
here.
you don't understand.
No, it'll never, at 101, it will never be as hot here at 101 as it was at whatever it was on those days. I mean, it was. there were
Okay,
staff
I give
members-
up. You're the hottest.
Staff members were
You
rough to
win.
drop. I thought we were gonna be down a couple of staff members after that.
Yeah. It is tough. I mean, I used to live in Florida, so I know it gets rough there. I do feel bad for you all, even though I did not bother to fly down there for your Pride event.
did you go
It
to
was-
New York Pride? It was the same weekend.
We're talking about your week, Ryan, not mine.
That's very-
You can stay and listen to our weeks. It's fine.
I
But
don't wanna-
since you're
I don't wanna
so
leave you.
curious, I did not. But we'll get into it. But no, I didn't.
I don't know
Did
if it
I
was
freeze?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
something.
it's all good.
Because I said I didn't, and then nobody said anything. I was like, oh, damn, the gays are pissed. You didn't do nothing for Pride Week?
Bad gay.
Well, happy
The
Pride.
wine's starting to kick in. And I can feel the sweat beads building up on my forehead.
Sweat.
Yeah, I gotta say, we're
beads.
talking about. I feel like this episode of the podcast is filmed without air conditioning,
Yeah.
because I'm in a room because I have to close the door. That's why I kind of cracked it a little bit to let some
Oh,
cold
yeah.
air come in here. Jeremy's got air conditioning in there, but I didn't turn the air on here,
Oh,
and
you
the
have an
door's
AC in there.
closed.
Turn it on.
Yeah, no, we're halfway done now, aren't we?
He's like,
oh no, we
"Eh."
still have an hour and a half.
He's like, I pay the electric bill. I'm not turning this damn
I
thing
gotta
on.
tell you, I've never cared, but somebody told me, because we've got air conditioning units in the windows, and somebody
Yeah.
said you got to be very careful with that because you could get like a $600 electric bill, and I'm just like, don't let it happen. So we have a
Yeah.
rule: only one of the ACs can go at a time. It's a small apartment, so one AC will
Yeah.
through the whole
yeah.
apartment, so it doesn't matter. It's just at night, when there's somebody in this room and stuff like that, we'll run them both. But I'm just paranoid. Although I think
Yeah.
it's not going to
Okay,
happen.
I will say, if this makes you feel better, when we first moved here, that first month, it was like high 90s, 100 degrees, and we had 3. We had 2 of these little R2D2 looking units, like the one you have in the living room.
Mhm.
We had one in the bedroom, one in the living rooms, and then a window unit in the kitchen. And the highest our electric bill went was $400.
Okay.
So while that's a high electric bill, don't get me wrong, we were shocked when we saw it. We ran ours for almost a month, 24/7. So
yeah, I think
yeah.
we were like for the last bill we had, we were here for half the month and ran the AC some. It was like 130 something. So I don't think
Okay.
it's gonna go above 250.
No, I think
which
you'll
is
be all
nice.
right. Yeah.
Still not turning it on. I'm gonna wait till there's one full month of summer and then
I'm
we'll
gonna
be like,
wait till
okay.
my shirt is completely soaked, and then I will turn it
Yeah.
on.
Until when I'm passing out at the desk because of the heat,
Yeah.
which is stupid, right? During the daytime, if I'm at my desk and it's hot as hell in the apartment, I'll get real tired and fall asleep. But at night, if it's hot, I can't sleep. That's stupid.
Yeah. It's interesting because I ran into this at the other part when Chris came in, but you guys came in last night, and I was sitting here. I didn't have any of the ACs on, and I felt comfortable, and you guys were like, it's really hot. And I realized, I think it was like that, that old adage with the frog, like if you put a frog in boiling water, he'll jump right out. But if you sit him in cold water and slowly turn the heat up, he'll sit there until he boils to death. That's how my body works. Like if I step into heat, I'm like, it's too fucking hot. I need something cooling. But if it starts cooling, gradually gets hot while I'm sitting in it, I don't even notice.
Well, I'm glad we came home. Otherwise, you'd be dead.
I know. I would have died. And then your dogs would have eaten me
Dude.
because they'd have been hungry.
There was one rule, just one rule when you're staying here. do not die in this apartment.
Yes.
If you feel like you're gonna die, leave.
2 rules. Don't kill the dogs. Don't kill yourself.
Yeah. Do not die in this apartment.
I promise I won't die in your apartment. I will jump from the window before I die in this apartment.
What if you're like,
don't
I
wanna
promise
do
I
that
won't
to
die
ya."
in your apartment? Yeah. The one rule
Anyway.
of the podcast is don't die on camera.
Yeah. Oh, no. If you're going to die on camera. Do you know what kind of ratings we'll get? People are going to turn in for that episode.
Hey, whatever gets us on John Oliver.
Anyway, how was the
Anyway.
rest of your week, Ryan?
Anything else you want to mention about Pride? Pride's great. It always is. It's just it's really
is.
cool
Pride's
to see a bunch
fun.
of people being private. I did see shirt that said, I forget what it cured, but it said eating pussy cures something, like some disease. And I was like, oh, maybe it was itchy skin. Maybe I should try it.
Well, that's why your skin's itchy.
I have to ask some lesbians if they have itchy skin.
None that I know. It was a great weekend and a great month. I'm
Good.
very ready for July.
July. I know what you're ready for in July, Ryan.
You do know.
Spider-Man. Right,
I
Rick
was thinking
too,
Big Brother.
because Rick loves Spider-Man. This particular Spider-Man.
Oh, I do
know
love
he
this
loves.
particular Spider-Man, yeah.
And I know Ryan loves Spider-Man in general.
And so that's the end of July. And the beginning of July is X-Men 97 season 2.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'll have to re-up Disney Plus or see if Rick has it, because being homeless, I can't really afford streaming services. Right?
Sad man.
I do want to mention that there is endless airwaves. So if you guys want to start your nerd podcast on some other channel, you can go right ahead.
Hey, I ain't opposed. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. Well,
We'll
thanks
call
for
it-
joining us.
We'll call it Housed and Unhoused, a nerd's paradise.
House on house. I don't know. I hope by then you have a place for multiple reasons.
Don't
but
worry, I
mainly
will.
Just for you. Just for you.
He's like, please get a place. We'll talk about it when my week comes up, but I have some prospects.
All right.
And I have one very disappointing non-prospect we'll talk about.
I will say, we'll just say thanks, Ryan. You're welcome
Yeah.
to stick around, or you can take off. It's really up to you.
I'm going to go finish putting the newspaper together. You can read more at
Ooh.
watermarkoutnews.com.
I will. Hey, I recently went back on Facebook and I followed you all, so I'm gonna keep up.
Like and share.
I will.
Like and share.
It's funny that you say that you're back on Facebook, because somebody at the office was like, I guess I didn't make the cut to be friends with Jeremy. And
Okay,
I was like,
listen.
I said, Jeremy didn't cut friends. Jeremy cut Facebook, and he came
Yeah.
back, and he's very restricted.
Listen,
Like,
to anyone listening to this podcast, I have not sat down and sent friends requests. I have been sent friends requests, but I have been busy trying to find a home. So I have not had the time to sit down and actually be like, oh, let me send friends requests. But for those who are listening who are like, why didn't he send me a friends request? I will get to you. Just give me some time. Give me a little
but I
time.
recommend that you all send Jeremy a friend
Or
request,
just, yeah.
and then see how many dicks it takes for it to be accepted. We'll make a game out of it.
And if I don't accept it right away, it's not like I'm on Facebook every day. I re-upped it because I needed it for some particular housing groups and some freelance writing groups, and trying to get some freelance jobs. If anybody knows any editor-in-chiefs,
Well, send me some writing samples. See if-
I will. They'll all be from one particular website.
It's a story about how
But
nice the weather is for prides up here.
it's a pride weather story. But I'm trying to get back into freelance writing, along with there's some good housing groups. So that's why I'm back on Facebook. So if you're listening, I didn't leave Facebook to avoid anybody. And if you want to be my friend, I would love to have you send me a request. And I will, in the next couple of weeks, sit down and send friend requests out. So please don't think I hate
and
you.
really, for anyone who's upset if Jeremy doesn't accept your friend's request, it's not real life. It's just an app.
Wait a
mean,
minute.
there's
Is
so
it
many
Caitlin?
reasons.
Because I don't
There's-
know if I'm friends with Caitlin on Facebook.
there's-
Am I friends with you, Caitlin? I think I am. Yeah. Okay. Because Caitlin sent me one.
I'm not friends on Facebook with half the staff.
Oh. I'm friends with Rick because he sent me one. And I think Ryan might have sent me one. Did you send me one, Ryan?
And I'm not
No,
real
actually-
life friends with any of the staff.
You, Jeremy, you sent me one.
No, I didn't, Ryan. No, I
shit.
didn't.
Oh,
And
you
don't
just
say
blew
that on
up
air.
Oh.
Damn, you are so unfriended.
But in your defense, I'm a prospect, right? You're just
That
jobs.
too, but also
Aw.
for those who are listening,
You just blew up his
the
whole game.
only friends requests I have sent is the ones Facebook has. You know how they do the Facebook recommendations. Ryan was one of those, so I was just scrolling through real quick and I hit send friends request. Fucking Ryan, you can go now.
I will say too that you did send me one, but it's because I was sitting next to you and I said, I can't find you. Send me a friend's request. And you're
That
like,
is true.
Fine. I
did.
made you do it.
He did. He was sitting next to me and
that's
said,
because
"Hey,
I wanted to tag you.
you're not
in-
on my
in
recommendations."
podcast shit.
Yeah. So for those listening, just send me a friend's request. It's nothing personal. Listen, I'm homeless. I don't have time to deal with any gay feelings right now.
All right. So I just want to point this out how this podcast works. As I say we'll have Ryan on for 10 minutes. It's probably
And
been
here we
about
are at
35
45.
now. Jeremy's already drunk, which means it's going to take him an hour to talk about his fucking week.
No!
So we're gonna move this along. You go put
Okay.
the paper together. We're gonna hear about Jeremy's week. Thank
Happy
you so much
Pride.
for
Ryan.
being here.
Good luck.
Happy
Thank you.
Pride.
I'm going to go quick. Don't worry. All right. So first, as Ryan stated, they had St. Pete Pride in St. Pete, and it's always the same weekend as New York Pride. And the fine folks at Macy's and Uggs gave me the weekend. I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. And I was given that nobody specifically said we're giving the gay Pride weekend off to go do gay stuff. But I'm assuming that's why I was given Gay Pride weekend off.
Isn't
And
it
I-
weird though? Because didn't like the black staff have to work on Juneteenth?
Okay, I don't want to call out or I don't want to talk about the drama, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sales associates and 2 stock people. So we're like basically a skeleton crew. So we have 2 black people, 2 Hispanics, and a white. I'm the white, who are salespeople, and then a black person and a
One in
Hispanic
every
person
crowd.
for the stock people. She scheduled all the black people for Juneteenth. And I noticed this, but I was like, as the one white, I was like, I can't be pointing stuff out like that. It's not my business. But then one of the black sales associates, when I saw her that week, she goes, what kind of bullshit is this? She scheduled all the blacks for Juneteenth. And I was like, oh my God, I saw that. So and here's the thing, because I was talking to the sales associate about it, and she said because it's a federal holiday, she believes Macy's pays time and a half. So she thinks that she scheduled all the black employees
to make
so they
more money.
get time and a half.
That's good.
Now, Pride is not recognized as a federal holiday, so there is no time and a half. So management was probably like, listen, he's not going to make more money. Give him the weekend off. Let him go do his gay shit, and then he can come back.
Well, let's hear about all the gay shit you did.
Okay, let me read my notes. I did nothing gay related. I planned to do stuff. I had a whole itinerary planned. And you were away because you went and covered St. Pete Pride, so you were away. And Dylan has started his job here in New York, so he was working this weekend. So I was like, it's just me and the dogs in the apartment. And I haven't had a chance to just be fucking lazy and lounge. So I did nothing but lay on your couch and watch your TV and play with your dogs. That was my Pride weekend. We went for walks. I got some food. I watched. Okay. Now, I didn't watch this because I don't agree with what this man did. I'm just saying that. But you know when somebody gets canceled and then their show is nowhere to be found, and then you find their show and you're like, oh, I haven't seen the show in forever because it got canceled.
You're about to talk about the Cosby Show.
Yes, there is a channel on Spectrum that plays the Cosby Show like 24/7.
Yeah, I noticed it. I'm assuming that it's just the like New York, because I
Yeah.
noticed when I was in Syracuse, that it was on up there. Um, yeah,
So
but
I
when you go
watched.
back and watch the show, like the show itself, not him,
Yeah. The
it
show is really
it's a
good.
good show.
It is such a good show. And I felt bad watching it. But then I'm also like, Felicia Rashad is a great actress. And Malcolm Jamal Warner was a great actor. He passed away last year.
Yeah,
And it's such a good show
and
that I
Rudy was
feel
Rudy.
Rudy and Raven Simone was on it.
I
And
do
it's
like
just,
Lil Raven in that.
yeah, it is such a
I
good
also had
show.
Vanessa like this one boy. What was his? It was his name Robert or something like that. I always had a
Oh,
crush on him.
the older guy?
No, the Vanessa was the younger, was the middle. No, it was like
Yeah.
it was
She was the middle child.
Sandra, then Lisa Bonet, Denise, and then Vanessa. But
Yeah.
when I mean when the show was out, I was a kid, so it's not weird. But and it was like they were like middle school, high school, or whatever, and
Yeah.
she wanted to take this guy to the prom, and he was real soft spoken. I always had a
Mm.
crush on him.
We know what soft spoken means. That was code back in the 80s for gay.
Yeah, like little Jonathan from Who's the Boss was soft
Yeah.
spoken.
Soft spoken and lispy meant gay. Were you in speech therapy in elementary school?
No, no, should I have been?
I mean, if you're gay, you should have been. I
Uh,
was, because I couldn't say my S's. I would lispy. And I knew that I don't know why I knew. I feel like in the 80s, we just knew things. We didn't have the internet, but we just knew things. And I knew the fact that I was in speech therapy and I was lispy meant that I was gay. And it terrified me as a kid because I was like, oh my God, they're putting me in speech therapy. They know I'm gay. Um,
well, I mean, I knew I was gay when I was 5.
but I mean, you didn't associate lisping with being gay, did you?
No, 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 no.
Oh,
I just knew
I
that
just,
there was a boy in the class that I wanted to kiss. He was cute.
oh,
Yeah.
I
Uh,
knew that Johnny Depp in a crop top made me
uh,
want to kiss his belly
seriously,
button.
one of the hottest, like just one of the most
Fuck.
beautiful, like just men.
Yeah,
I
oh my
mean, life.
God.
Talk about life comes at you fast.
Yeah.
But just like 21 Jump Street,
Mhm.
Crybaby,
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street, just beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean,
good
I
genes.
I know that you're born gay, but if you're not, Johnny Depp made me gay. So if you're pissed I'm gay, blame Johnny Depp because he in the 80s Johnny Depp made me gay. Anyway, so I did nothing for Pride. But what I did do is you and I both have AMC A list. I saw a bunch of movies this week because I was like, I get 4 movies a week and it's hot out there and it's only gonna get hotter. And there's AC in movie theaters. So even if it's a movie I've seen before, I'm like, I'm escaping the heat. I went and saw a couple of movies. I saw Lucky Strike, which is a World War II movie starring what's his name? He's in Eastwood. Scott Eastwood. Okay, so I don't know if you've seen any movies with Scott Eastwood. He is the spitting image. Like he sounds like his dad when he was younger. He looks like his dad. I felt, and this movie is very hoorah USA propaganda type film. That
Oh wow.
it's filmed like a 60s or 70s World War II movie. So it felt like watching a Clint Eastwood movie from the 70s.
There's a photo where he looks just like
He
Clint
looks
Eastwood from
exactly
when he was
like his
younger.
dad,
Wow.
and he sounds like him, and he acts like him, and he's just, I mean, it's his dad, so they just have the same mannerisms. I felt like I was watching an old Clint Eastwood movie.
I've seen some of
That
these movies, but I don't know him
Yeah.
from them. But now I probably will.
Now, the funny thing is, I went into this movie knowing it was Clint Eastwood's son in it, but thinking of Arnold Schwarzenegger's son from The White Lotus. So when he came on the screen, I was like,
Ah.
wait a minute. That's not who I was thinking, but like exactly Clint Eastwood. The movie is very hoorah USA propaganda. In fact, it opens with, this is a celebration of America's 250th. So if you're going to go see this movie, it's called Lucky Strike because in the military, you know, when you go to war, they give you MREs. Those are those prepared meals in the bag.
Yes.
Back during World War II, you would get 2 Lucky Strike cigarettes in the bag. And the whole thing is when you light your cigarette, your first inhale of the cigarette needs to be long enough to burn the Lucky Strike emblem off the paper. And that's why they call it Lucky Strike, because it factors into the movie later on.
Why
It's
does it
not a
have
bad
to?
because that's just what you do. When you light it,
Ah.
you take your first drag and it burns the tip away. Because the logo is on the tip of the paper, so you have to burn. It's just kind of a little, what do they call it? Like an old wives' tale, kind of an urban legend kind of thing. You have to burn
You
it away.
you may have inadvertently quoted Brittany Murphy from Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Did I?
It's just what you do. You know,
It's just what you do.
why do I join the pageant? I don't know. If you're a
Listen,
girl
it's-
and you're not a total fry, you enter the pageant. It's just what you
Hey,
do.
Why did you smoke the Lucky Strike down to the logo? It's just what you
It's just
do.
what you do.
So I didn't hate I thought it was actually a good movie, but it is definitely, and I've mentioned this before, there are these what I call dad movies. These movies where you go and they're like the movies your dad goes and sees. This is definitely a dad movie. So I think you might like it. You should check it out. You're a big fan of dad movies.
I do like dad movies. I have this very
Um,
strange eclectic taste in
You
things
do.
that I'll get to later because I did something that I fucking love and it's
You-
ridiculous.
You like mom CBS shows and dad movies.
Yeah, and mom music.
Yeah. So then I also saw The Invite, which same thing with Lucky Strike. It was one of those movies where when I got there, I kind of knew that everyone watching it was part of the AMC A list because they're the type of movies where like, I already saw the big movies coming out this week. I've got a few extra tickets to use this week, so I'm going to see this. I didn't realize until I finished seeing this movie that it was only in New York and LA this week. One of the great things about living in New York, not only because I know you love the fact that you could see Broadway shows here. One of the things I love about New York is smaller movies are always released in New York and LA first. So you get to see movies before people nationwide get to see them. And this is one of those movies, played in some film festivals earlier this year. And I went in thinking, okay, worst comes to worst, I can nap for 2 hours. It'll be a good nap movie. This movie was fucking hilarious. Like the banter between it's about Seth Green and Olivia Wilde. They're a married couple. And they live upstairs, or Penelope Cruz and Edward Norton are another married couple. They live upstairs and they're coming over for dinner. They're invited. Olivia Wilde's character invites them over for dinner. And the movie is about the events that unfold that evening. And it is such a funny, like, just the dialogue is just crisp in this movie. It is just so good. And they're very kind of condescending and cunty to each other. And it's just quip after quip. And I have never seen Seth Rogen so good in him. Like his acting in this movie made me
Is
think,
it Seth Rogen or Seth Green?
wait a minute.
Because I think you said both names. I'm just curious.
Shit. Who is, I just had a blank moment. Who is who?
Seth Green, the werewolf from Buffy. Seth Rogen does the
Seth
studio.
Rogen.
Okay.
Seth Rogen. Yeah, not Seth Green. I literally just had one of those blank out. I thought I have Alzheimer moments where I don't know which one is which. Seth Rogen is so good in this. I mean, they're all fantastic, but to the point where I was like, shit, this dude might be going for an Oscar with this movie. He's so funny in this. But it is so good. I highly recommend. It opens nationwide next week. Go see it. It's one of those movies that feels like a play. You're watching a play, and it is just the writing in it is so good. And then it's funny because of the 3 movies I saw this week, I thought I was going to like this one the best, and I didn't hate it, but I went and saw Supergirl, which was fine. I know you saw it. And you tell me if I'm wrong in this. It's felt like a Star Wars meets Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So I went in it thinking it was going to be something else, and it felt very Star Wars-y, Mandalorian kind of feel to it. I didn't hate it, but I was expecting something else. So it's a good movie. Go see it. You know,
it's hard for me to judge whether it's a Mandalorian kind of a thing because it's not like. I don't watch Mandalorian, so I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Oh, you don't watch the show? Oh, I feel like you'd like that.
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried.
Look, Baby Yoda too much for
Star Wars. My favorite Star Wars movie is Rogue One.
Such a good movie.
Probably
because
everyone dies.
Star Wars movie.
No, it's just because it's actually really good. Usually,
So
like with
good.
Star Wars, and forgive me, I'm talking about like the early ones and the middle ones and all that.
Yeah.
The acting is like almost designed to be poor. Like it's
Yeah.
almost like they take like because I always thought was Hayden Christensen. I always
Hayden
thought he was
Christensen.
like a really good actor, and then he got into Star Wars and he sucked. And I was like, you know what? I don't. I think it's supposed to be melodramatic, and that
Yeah.
so. But
I'm going
I
to say
think
something
Rogue One.
controversial here, really quick. I think not so much that it's Hayden Christensen's acting, and please, Star Wars people, don't get mad at me. I don't think George Lucas is a good director.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Look at the
interesting.
movies
That's an
because
interesting take.
he did the first Star Wars, which was okay, and then he did the prequel trilogy. The direction in them are atrocious. The best ones are Empire Strikes Back and Rogue One. Both of them he didn't direct.
What else did he direct outside of Star Wars? Anything?
No, he hasn't done it. I mean, he did American Graffiti,
Oh,
but
okay.
outside of that, he hasn't done. He's only directed Star Wars movies.
I do enjoy the American Graffiti.
It is all right.
But yeah, the acting in Rogue One is great.
Yeah,
The storyline is great.
I agree. It's my favorite Star Wars movie. It's so good.
So I can't really show that. This would be crazy to say, but I feel like it just like it was Supergirl. And I'll explain it in this way.
Yeah,
Like I went to go see this because I knew that you saw it, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
it'll be something we can talk about on the podcast that we both did. The 30 seconds that Supergirl was in the Superman movie, which I love the Superman movie. I
yeah.
couldn't stand her, and
Oh, really? I
I
thought it
thought
was
this
cute.
movie
Her
is gonna
little
be
bit.
well, I mean, you know what it is? Because that's exactly what it was. It was a little bit. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
here's the girl that likes to fly into the red sun and get wasted and blah blah blah. But so I was expecting that, and the first 5 minutes is that. But then they did two things that made this movie great.
yeah,
One is they gave it a great storyline. They gave it a great premise for someone like me.
yeah,
Someone shot her dog. Her dog is going to die in 3 days unless she does something to save it. So she spends the movie trying to save the dog. Great. Like for someone like me, I'm hooked.
yeah.
Is this
So
dog gonna
I do want to edit something I said earlier. I said this was Star Wars meets Guardian of the Galaxy. You're right. It is Star Wars meets Guardians of the Galaxy meets John Wick.
Ah, yeah, there's a little bit of
It
that
is.
to it.
Yeah.
But the other thing they did really well is they explained the way they told her backstory.
I
And
did like her backstory. Yeah.
yeah, it made everything. It made the 30 seconds on Superman make sense. It made
Mhm.
everything make sense. And she, by the way, who I didn't really think was great in House of Dragons, um, she was good
She's
in
the
this.
best part of this movie. Yeah. The
Yeah,
fact that she's Supergirl and she's going to be in the Superman sequel next year, I thought she did amazing. It's the pacing of the movie and the director, and I think it's because James Gunn's in charge of the whole DCU. I feel like he leaned a little much too much into the making this like a James Gunn movie to be like, hey, look what I
yeah,
can I really admire what you do. Keep me on board. It just felt too James Gunny, and this director isn't good enough to make a James Gunn movie. But I don't want it to come across like I hated it. I actually enjoyed the movie. It just isn't what I expected it to be.
yeah. I actually found Superman's cameos in this to be obnoxious. So
Oh,
stop.
really?
Yeah, because I got so used to her that
Yeah.
that whole like dumb Kansas boy
Yeah. I get
attitude
it.
was
I get
kind of like, ugh. But, like I was siding with her and I really was there. Like I get the whole thing. And like what she did towards the end of it, I thought was
Yeah.
like
Now
she
the
knew that
ending.
she sacrificed something of herself to help somebody else. I just thought it was
Mhm.
really I'm surprised at how much I liked it. And I think
Yeah,
people
I
should just like
won't
it.
give the ending away, but the way they did the ending, I did like because for people who are familiar with how Superman and Supergirl are in the movies and in the TV or in the comics and the TV shows, she is more aggressive than Superman. And she
Yeah.
leans more into because he was a baby when he left Krypton.
Yeah.
She went through a lot more of the trauma.
That's
So she's dealing with that.
Yeah, and that was great to see.
Yeah,
And
I
so like
love that part of it.
to show the dichotomy between the two of them, it's just this, like, oh, life is beautiful and wonderful, and I was raised on a farm by loving parents to I was raised around nothing but death and
Yeah.
isolation. And it's such a great story. Anyway, I was very surprised. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. So one thing I do want to mention about the film has nothing to do with the film is I'm standing outside. I went to the Lincoln Square AMC, which is kind of the go-to AMC for us. And I'm waiting outside of Theater 1, which is the big theater where they're playing Supergirl. And I notice across the way, they've got a big setup. And they've got this big kind of like cardboard setup for the movie. It's a movie coming out next month called Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass. So real quick about the movie, it's about a couple who have their, with the celebrity sex pass, you get a sex pass.
It's a
for
laminated
celebrity.
list. Yeah.
Yeah. So the premise of the movie is the guy in this couple gets the opportunity to sleep with his sex pass, and she agrees to it, and he sleeps with her. So the girl gets so pissed off about it that the premise of the movie is her seeking out her sex pass to have sex with him to kind of give the relationship an even playing field.
Because her therapist tells her the only way that you can let this go is for you to sleep with your pass.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've read anything about this movie. It's in the trailer, so I don't think I'm giving anything away. But his sex pass is Jennifer Aniston. So I don't know if she's actually in this movie, but he has sex with Jennifer Aniston. So hers is John Hamm. So the premise of the movie is her trying to have sex with John Hamm. So I'm standing outside in front of this cardboard thing, and it was a early screening of this movie, Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass. And the audience pours out, and they're all chatting and laughing and having a good time. Seems like they had a really good time at the movie. So I'm like, oh, I want to see this. And then behind the crowd comes John Hamm, comes walking out of the theater. And
you had sex with him.
And I had sex with him. He's my celebrity pass. No. I love John Hamm, but he's not my celebrity pass.
Yeah.
My celebrity pass is Nicholas Galitzine. And if you're listening, Nicholas, hook a brother up.
He's number 2, 3, 4, and 5 on my list.
Who's number 1?
Probably Tom Holland.
Oh, okay, yeah. Tom Holland's in the top 10, definitely. So John Hamm comes out, and I have explained this in the past. I think you're familiar with this. For those who watch I Love Lucy, the way that Lucy Ricardo, the character from the show, responds to celebrities is how I respond to celebrities. I get stupid. I get all nervous and giddy. So I'm standing outside the theater waiting, holding my popcorn and holding my drink like a big old fat Superman fan. And he's taking pictures with all these fans. And I'm like, oh my God, that's John Hamm. And he walks up after taking photos, and he stands right next to me. Because if you've been to the Lincoln Square Theater, you know that if you go into Theater 1, there's a long hallway that leads downstairs to an outside exit, which is the exit him and his folks are taking. And he keeps saying to them, are you guys ready? I have somewhere else I have to be. Oh, you want to take a photo? Let's take a photo. So I'm standing there holding my popcorn and soda, and I'm like talking myself up to say hi to John Hamm. Say hello to John Hamm. So when I go get up the courage to say, hey, I'm a big fan, John Hamm, a bunch of the fucking theater employees come up and like, hey, we love you. Can we take a photo? And he's like, yeah, quickly. And they take photos. And I'm standing right next to John Hamm as he's taking photos, holding my snacks. And I'm like, and then he finishes the photos, walks through the doors, and goes away. And I'm standing there just like frozen, like a fucking deer in headlights. I was like, I didn't say shit to him.
John Hamm went to that next event. It was like, oh my God, you guys, listen to this. I'm at the staircase trying to get out of there. There's this guy with popcorn and a soda looking at me going,
this fat guy moaning with his popcorn and his soda. I'm like,
I don't
dude,
know if
go inside and eat your snacks. God damn it.
I don't know if that's because I was on his list, or is he real excited about that popcorn?
I was really excited about the popcorn. So anyway, so that happened. Then this weekend, it's when I went to see Lucky Strike. The movie was later in the evening, and I was like, I want something to go do. It was a rainy day, so I decided to go to the Museum of Modern Art. The biggest thing at the Museum of Modern Art is Starry Night. When if you have the and I've told you and Dylan this, anybody who's in New York, if you get the New York City ID, you get free annual memberships for 1 year to a bunch of different museums. MoMA is one of them. So I had stopped in to see Starry Night when I first got my my membership, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and actually check out the whole museum, spend some time there. So I go there, I see Starry Night. There is you have Starry Night and then another Van Gogh, maybe like 10 feet away from it on the same wall. It's the only two pieces on the wall. And the other piece is called the Olive Trees. It's a beautiful piece. It's a picture of, olive trees. That's why it's called the Olive Trees. But like the crowd is surrounding Starry Night and no one is standing at the olive trees, and I felt bad for the painting. So I went and stood.
You thought you would extend it an olive branch.
I
so
did.
you went over to the olive tree.
I went to the olive tree and I
Caitlin
looked at
shaking
it.
your head no, like, damn it.
She doesn't
Rick.
like that joke. She doesn't like it.
Too better.
But I went and it's a gorgeous painting, and I took a photo of me at the olive branch or the olive trees with, like, you can see Starry Night in the background. It's a really cute photo. I'm going to send all these photos to Caitlin because, I have pictures of John Hamm taking photos with fans who didn't hyperventilate over their popcorn. So I went and saw that, and then the movie A Trip to the Moon. It's a 14-minute silent film from 1902. It's like that famous scene where the rocket lands in the moon's eye. They have that playing because the whole floor is art that happened from 1860 to 1910. So they're playing that 14-minute movie on a loop. So I stood and I watched the whole movie. It's just a fun museum. It's a beautiful museum. It's packed for the day because it was raining. Museums are always packed when it's raining because people are trying to get out of the weather. A Trip to the Moon is the very first official science fiction movie ever made. So enjoyed that. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go down to the cafe and get a cup of coffee. So I did. I went downstairs and I got they have a little cafe there, and I got the coffee, and then they have this little like walkway into a sit down cafe. And right at the entrance, they have a menu. So I was like, oh, let me see what's on the menu. Maybe I'll have lunch. The prices are very expensive. For those going to the Museum of Modern Art, the prices for like lunches are very expensive. The appetizers, not so much. So while I'm reading there thinking, should I go in? Should I not? I am apparently, with my fat ass, blocking the entrance for people to go into the cafe. And this couple walks up and they're kind of like, and I was like, oh, sorry. And I turn around to apologize. And it's John Waters and some lady friend he's with.
Oh,
and
wow.
I fucking froze again. And I was like, I did, yes. I went, and he goes, excuse me, can we get by? I was like, yeah. And then I moved, they walked by, and I just stood there like a lump. And I was like, this is the man I've talked to on the phone. Not to go all Ryan on you. I've interviewed him for Watermark. Check it out at watermarkoutnews.com. I've interviewed him before. So I like froze. Then I was like, okay, I'm going to go in and I'm going to fix this. So I go to the little podium where it's like, please wait to be seated. And I see them walk him and her, this lady he's with, so it's like almost like cafeteria tables. So like they're long tables where people sit together. And there's one long table that faces the windows that overlooks like, the street there where the city is and everything, because it's on the second or third floor. So they sit him down and sit her down. And then she comes back and she's like, just one? I was like, yeah. I was like, can you sit me by the windows? I would love to look at the street while I eat. And she's like,
gotta keep an eye on my house.
So she's like, sure. So I go there and they sit me 2 chairs over from John Waters. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to build up the courage and I'm going to go talk to him because I'm a fan. So I'm sitting there, and as I'm building up the courage, the waiter comes over and he's like, "What can I get for you?" And I'm like, "Well, I have to get something. I can't let John Waters see me not order anything. He's going to know I came in here for him." So I look at the menu, everything's super expensive. And on the appetizers, they have Mediterranean olives for $5 and then rosemary almonds for $5. Like, I can spring $10. So I'm thinking they're going to bring me like a handful of olives and maybe some almonds. The bowl they brought had like 15 to 20 olives in it. And then they brought so many fucking almonds. Like, nuts are expensive. What do you mean you're only charging $5 for this? Like, there was a huge bowl of almonds. So I'm sitting there eating olives and almonds. And by the way, he ordered a Caesar salad, in case anybody was curious what John Waters eats when he goes to MoMA. He got the Caesar salad, and then him and his lady friend start talking, and they're like very low talking. So all I can hear is a kind of a mumbling, but they're very intense in their talking.
They're probably like, look at that crazy guy eating that
This
huge
fucking
bowl of
weirdo
almonds.
just eating a bunch of almonds and olives. So I didn't want to go bother him because he looked like they were in an emotional conversation. He wasn't like crying or anything, but he looked like he was very intense conversation. I was like, he looks like he's trying to have a private moment. So I didn't want to bug him. So I'm sitting there and I get through all of the olives, a lot of olives, and I eat some of the almonds. And I'm like, this is too many fucking almonds. And I was like, I don't want to be that guy who goes to MoMA and is like, can I get a to-go box for my almonds? So the coffee cup that I had at the cafeteria outside, I finished the coffee and then I took the lid off and I put the napkin and I dried it and I dumped my almonds in my coffee cup and then put the lid on so that I could take my almonds without looking suspicious.
I'm sure it didn't look suspicious at all that you were pouring almonds into a coffee
Listen,
cup.
I thought I did it, I thought I was very sly with it. I am pretty sure that
like, mission failed. Mission failed.
I'm pretty sure John Waters saw me pour a bowl of rosemary almonds into my coffee cup, close the lid, and stick it in my bag. And he's probably thinking, what a poor homeless sap. He must have nowhere to live. And you know what, John Waters? You're right. I am poor.
Wait, I'm going to watch every John Waters movie from now on and make sure. Because I feel like
I'm going to be a character in his next movie.
Like there's going to be somebody doing that for sure.
So I got my almonds, and wouldn't you know it, that was my movie theater snack at Lucky Strike, and they were fucking delicious. Like, I can't imagine how you can sell that many almonds for $5. Like, it is a massive bowl. I took a photo of it. I will send it to Caitlin. We'll post up on socials. There are so many fucking almonds in this bowl. Anyway, the almonds were great. The olives were great. John Waters was great. I didn't do anything gay this week, but it was still a fun week. I enjoyed it. The one last thing I want to talk about really quick is the thing that happened this morning while you were here. So obviously I'm staying with you while I look for an apartment. I have been looking everywhere, including on Craigslist. So I find this apartment on Craigslist. 1 bedroom, Upper East Side, $1,800 for the apartment. And I even mentioned to you, I was like, that seems very scammy. That's not legit. And we talked about it a little bit, and you're like, well, if it's on the water, that's a little less of a like Upper East Side neighborhood. So it might be legit. Give it a try. So I call the number, or I email the number, or the email address on the Craigslist listing. He messages me and said, send me your phone number. So I text him and he calls me and he says, listen, I live in Philadelphia. I own the building. I am going to give you the number of my super. You call him and tell him you want to look at this apartment and he will show you the apartment. And I said, okay. He says, the guy's name is Johnny. Now, Johnny is a very New York name, so that would raise no suspicions. Except the guy who's talking to me on the phone has an Asian accent. So I'm like, oh, okay, so you hired a Johnny to run the building. He lives in Philadelphia. gives the number. I call Johnny. Johnny also has a very thick Asian accent. And he says, yes, this apartment is available. It is $1,800 a month for rent. And I said, I have a New York City housing voucher. He goes, that is fine. We love working with vouchers. I said, great. This is looking better and better with each second that it goes. He says, this apartment has a $500 security deposit. I was like, cool. The voucher covers security deposit also. And he says, listen, just so we know that you have good intentions, we want you to pay the security deposit, and then we will show you the apartment, and the voucher will cover the rent. And I said, come again? And he says, you send the $500 security deposit, then we will show you the apartment, and if you like it, it's yours. And I'm like, that don't sound right to me. So I said, thank you, Johnny, for the information. And I hang up. And I tell you, I'm like, hey, this is definitely a scam. Like 2 minutes later, the landlord calls and he goes, did you talk to Johnny? And I said, I sure did. And he goes, what did he say? Almost as if he had no idea what Johnny was going to say to me. And I said, do you know what Johnny said to me? Johnny said that it's a $500 security deposit, and I have to send that to him before I can see the apartment. And he goes, oh, okay, so you sent it? And I said, no, sir, I did not send it. I said, I'm going to be honest with you. This seems like a fucking scam. I was like, I'm going to send you the $500 and then I'm never going to hear from you. So I appreciate your time, but I'm not going to do this. Thank you. And he goes, okay, thank you. And then we hung up, and that was it. And I'm like, you're such a fucking scammer.
Yeah,
Anyway,
and then they took the ad down.
Yeah, well, I contacted Craigslist. I sent an email to the Craigslist fraud line, and I said, hey, this is totally a fucking scam. Here's what happened. And within like 2 minutes, the posting was taken down. So take that, Robert and Johnny, who are the two gentlemen I spoke to on the phone. You're not going to scam this guy because I don't have $500 to send you. But can you believe that? Like, people down on their luck, and you're trying to fuck with them. Anyway, that was my week.
I will say this about scams, and I'm not going to get into any specifics because I don't want to embarrass anybody, but I just want to say that someone was scammed in my name over this week. And so this is sort of a PSA.
Yeah.
2 things. If you get an email from me that says I need your help with something, check the address, not the name, but the address that it's coming from, because it's probably not from me. And then if anybody asks you at any point in time to send them gift cards, just know this, right? Everybody just in general know this. No one will ever want you to pay for something with random gift cards. Never.
Yeah.
Not the sheriff's department, not the IRS, not me, nothing. So just don't do it. So anyway.
Now, I do want to say that if you do have a need to send gift cards as payment to Rick for anything, feel free to send them to me, and I will make sure he gets them.
Wait, was it you?
What?
You were walking around with new shoes. No, just kidding.
Listen, this is a large city, and I need good shoes to walk around it.
Yeah, no, this poor person's lost $800.
Tell them thank you.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. It was not me. It was not me.
Yeah. Somebody was recommending that I post a photo of me with a shopping bags from a shoe store. I was like, that is mean. It's terrible. I feel terrible for people who get scammed because it's like, it's so funny. Like,
oh, go ahead.
No, it's just that you think you could never be scammed. And then it's happening to you, and then you can't. I mean, Dylan fell victim to something, and he was carrying it right up to the last minute, and then he had to ask me a question about it, and I was like, "There's no way this is real." And so the guy started yelling at me on the phone, and I was like, "You're mad because this is a scam," and then he hung up.
Yeah,
and,
I was just gonna. The worst part is it's not like they're scamming people who are like well off or whatever. It's always in a situation when you are at your lowest and you're desperate, looking for an apartment, looking for a job, trying to get back on your feet, and these motherfuckers are here trying to scam you. And I can't, if I see you on the fucking street, Johnny or Robert, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face because you shouldn't be taking advantage of people like that.
Right. And yeah, and then imagine that you did and you sent the only money that you had, then you wouldn't have the money for the like it's just so obnoxious.
Yeah.
And,
It's
and
just,
they don't
it's
care.
so annoying. No, they don't give a
They
shit.
don't care about anybody else. It's like
Fucking
whatever.
Johnny.
They deserve it or they whatever. They suck. So anyway, I'm gonna go through my week real quick,
Yes,
because
yes,
we do have a
yes.
time limit here.
Yeah.
When I say I'm gonna go through my week really quick, I actually mean it.
Okay. I mean, Ryan did talk a lot about what you did this weekend.
Yeah.
So, but you did other stuff.
I just want to tell you, I just give you an update on the home thing.
Oh, yes.
Construction stopped at my house, and it's
why?
so funny. If anybody and I'm being gaslit into thinking that it stopped because I've asked it to be stopped, which is hilarious to me. But you were with me. We were in New York, and I got like
Yeah.
another invoice, and I was just sort of like, "Hey, like, what's going on? Like, the expenses of this, or, like the materials." Because our deal was I pay for the materials aside from the contract. The contract was just for labor, and I was given an estimate of what that would be, and we were just, you know, with what I had purchased and the bills I was getting, we had exceeded that estimate greatly, and I was just like, we need to do a price check here. I just need to make sure that what the expenses are going to be in the long run, or I'm going to be able to cover because. I said from the beginning I didn't have $40,000 for this, and I still
Yeah.
don't, and I won't. And I'm not taking out some weird loan to make it happen. It's like,
Yeah.
here's
Everybody
what
has
I
a
have.
budget for everything. And
Right.
this is what the
And
budget was set.
and it was just basically I was just saying, what's the rest of it going to cost? And that got translated into I'm not going to be able to afford this, so we have to stop and then assess what it's going to be.
Ugh.
And so what's really obnoxious about it all is when I was given the list and I assessed what the rest was going to be was under $2,000. I was like, well, if I knew that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, they were even going to stop the driveways, and I was like, "That's a separate project." So the driveway's done, and it looks great. But they're like, they moved on to another job, so I guess whenever that job's done, they'll come back. I don't know. I wouldn't have any idea. They haven't even told. We have no idea whatsoever. Like, it's just okay. Well, we'll get back on track. And that was the last communication we had on
Listen,
Wednesday
between
of last
your
week. I don't know.
stories with these builders and stories I hear from mechanics and hairdressers and all these different service provided industries, like I feel like in the last couple of years they've all gotten very scammy, and it's like, does nobody have fucking worth ethic anymore?
Yeah, I'll say this, like, these guys do great work, and this guy knows what he's doing, and he does great work. I think that what happens is, like, the preferred method of communication here is text messaging, which I
Mm,
pointed out is not mine. Because I think
yeah.
what happens is you read into someone's emotions or meaning behind something. So,
Yeah.
like, what set it off is I sent a text message that said there seems to be a misunderstanding or a miscommunication that I'm not understanding. And then once I said that, I got this long message back that was like, no, this is the deal. This has always been the deal. And you're supposed to do this. And then again, there I go reading his emotion into it. And
Yeah.
so then I just sent a message and I said, I hate text messaging. I'm like these kind of things. Like I'm always available for a conversation. Look, I appreciate all the work. Of course, I appreciate the work you're doing. You're doing great work, and I understand that you're doing things to help me out. That's not what was that question. All I'm questioning is and it was like when I first said something about the materials cost. It was like, well, I have the receipts, and if you want to buy them, you can. It's like that's not what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
saying we need to know how much it's going to cost. So it's a big misunderstanding. They thought I was telling them to stop, so they moved on, and it's just like whatever. Like I've decided that I'm on like it's just the text message, just like it's only going to be communicating yes or no answers. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
just the best way to go about it. So we'll see. I
Yeah.
assume
Anything
that they're
outside of that, pick up the phone and call.
Right. Yeah. It's just like, if you're concerned, say like, hey, are you saying that you want to stop this? Because then I could say, I'm not saying that. You don't have to stop if you just tell me how much the rest of the materials are going to be. We can keep going. Like, and when I finally got the list, it was only a couple of hours, or like half a day. And I was able to look it all up and said, oh, we're fine. But they had already come and pulled all of their tools and scheduled their next gig. So it's
Jesus.
like, whatever.
Yeah.
But, and then, it would be nice to know, like, hey, we should be at this thing for a week or two, and then we'll be back to you. Just know that I assume that they're not coming this week at all because the 4th of July, maybe the weekend. I don't know. But you know what? I don't live in that room right now, so I don't care either.
Yeah.
If it's like, hey, you know, if this is some sort of like power play or get back at me. I mean, that doesn't. What does that do? I don't live there. You know what I mean? I'm there
Yeah.
sporadically, and I have a room that I live in there anyway. So it's like whatever. This is just do it when you can. But the driveway's great. I love it.
That's nice.
It's just weird. It's just when you get involved with this, just have set very clear expectations. Know exactly what you're
Yeah.
getting into. Know don't go by estimates. Know what something's going to cost before you agree to start. That's all. But anyway, it was my mom's 80th birthday as well. So I went.
Oh,
We took
happy
her.
birthday, Mrs. Claggett. Miss
And
Claggett?
Miss Benz, Mrs. Benz.
Miss Benz. Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Um.
Rick's mom.
Yeah. You can call her Ginger. She's fine with that.
Ginger.
Uh,
yeah, Ginger. Okay.
We had a great time. She has purple hair now. Did you know this? Did I show you the photo?
No.
She dyed her hair purple.
Good for her. I love that.
Not like old ladies get purple hair. No, this is
Yeah,
definitely
purple, purple.
purple.
I don't have the
Watermark appreciates it. So
I don't have the confidence, I guess, to dye it. Like I don't know. People watch the video. I dyed my hair this morning, but it was light brown. It was not a crazy color. Also, hair dye does not stick to the beard as well as I thought it would. So, gray patches still in the beard, but the hair looks good. I think.
yeah, looks good.
Yeah.
Well, I'll find out if I did my mom's hair. And
Yeah, let me know.
my mom can talk to you and give you the courage.
Okay.
Okay. So then I went to St. Pete Pride. It's the first time for St. Pete Pride that I stayed at the Hampton where everybody stays, which is nice.
Oh, that's right, because you were living there
Yeah.
previous years. Yeah.
What wasn't cool was that I didn't check in Friday night. I was planning to go Saturday morning, so they canceled my reservation.
Oh,
But they
geez.
quickly fixed it. I
Good,
woke
good,
up
good.
at 7 and it was canceled, and I messaged Danny and I was like, because we knew I wasn't gonna check it. We even told them ahead of time, and they were like, "Oh, you'll be
Yeah.
fine." So, but anyway, they were great. I think.
Did you have the breakfast downstairs?
No, I got in there.
I love
slept,
their breakfast.
I got up real early to get out the next morning.
Yeah.
Oh, because I had to, because we didn't know where our booth was. The morning of, listen, Pride's great, and I know it's a lot of work, but I need more logistics. I need
Yeah.
I'm overly analytical and about telling people where they need to be and when and knowing myself, and it was just me taking the stuff there in the morning. So I got a real early start because I didn't know where our booth was going to be.
Yeah.
But I will talk about Saturday real quick because we talked a little bit about how Ryan and I were covering the VIP area.
Yeah.
There just weren't a lot of people there. And, I got the sense that Ryan felt like he was babysitting me and and that he wanted to hang out with his friends. But,
Yeah.
I'm standing there with his friends and I don't know them that well. I'm like, oh, hey, guys. And, and he wanted to drink with them and hang out, and he doesn't drink around me.
But he
and
won't
so-
drink around the
Right.
work people. Yeah.
Right. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I think I'm gonna leave for a couple hours and I'll come back, when other things start happening. Because once you take photos of the 20 people that are there, what are you gonna do? So I was like, I'm gonna go and I'll come back. And then I get to my room and I was like, what am I gonna do? I was like, he kind of doesn't want me around and he's got this covered. So I pull up the AMC app.
As one does.
And I was like, I get free movies. What's playing? So I went to see Jackass, the new Jackass movie. And I got to tell you, man, I don't know why I love these things, but I just
don't-
love them.
They're not up my alley. They're not my thing, but I get why people like them. They're
I mean,
humorous and they're stupid.
it's
And
ridiculous because it was so broy in the theater. Like there's all
yeah,
these guys around like, yeah, dude, you can hear them talking beforehand, and I'm just like, theirs are not my people, but this is my movie. And so, but it was really kind of cool because they showed, it was what is called Last and Best is the name of it. So they were showing
yeah.
like the best of and sort of a history of it while they're like, this is the last one that we're gonna do. So the first clip they showed was the first clip that he ever did as like this is what we want this show to be. And it's crazy because the first clip is him shooting himself. Like
Shooting himself with what?
a gun
What?
and a bullet. Like he puts on like the what are the Kevlar vest, and then he
Yeah.
shoves some magazines under to give it extra padding, and then like 6 inches from his stomach pulls the trigger and shoots himself.
Jesus Christ.
Right. It's crazy. And so
That's how Jackass got started with him
Yeah.
trying to shoot himself?
yeah, and then but MTV said no way in hell will this ever air. Like this won't
Jesus.
air because they were afraid that people would try to do
We'll try.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they wouldn't do it. And then they played a clip where like somebody got arrested. This is so stupid. He put on an orange jumpsuit and handcuffs and went into a hardware store and was like, "Hey, can you help me out? I need a saw." And so of course they call the police, and the police show up, guns drawn, screaming, and then he's like, I was never in prison. It's a bit for a show." And they start screaming at him and make him turn the cameras off. And the producer got arrested, and they thought they would
Oh my
never do the
God.
show again. All kinds of crazy stuff. But here's like, this is one clip I'm gonna tell you about. Hurts my cheeks. It makes me laugh so hard. It's so gross. So I just want you to prepare. If you're eating dinner, stop. Because I'm gonna tell you about this. Like I've always had this thing where as a joke, as a challenge, you know that I think it's called Ally or Ally. It's that pill you can take that's like doesn't let you absorb fat and it
Yeah.
warns you that like you could explode if you eat greasy foods. So I've always been like, let's eat this and go to a Mexican buffet and see who can stay at the table the longest, right? So that's not what they did. But what they do is they all drink that stuff that you have to drink to get a colonoscopy. You know, the stuff that clears you
Yeah.
out. And then they take plastic, clear plastic, and they wrap it around themselves and duct tape it to their waist and to their feet so that it won't like go everywhere. And then they play Twister until they all explode into these things. And it's funny because they're like the person calling out the things makes it so like their butts are in their faces. And then at some point somebody yells, "We've got a leaker." It's so gross. I don't know why I love it so much. And then everybody, like the crew, starts vomiting, and of course they're showing all of it. It's so disgusting, and I don't know why I love it so much. But the
Listen,
show,
when I went to the movies and I pulled up my AMC A list and I said, I've seen all the big budget movies. I need a movie I haven't seen yet. It came down to Jackass and Lucky Strike. And I said, do I want to see the conservative Hoorah USA movie or do I want to see Jackass? And I went and saw Lucky Strike, and I'm kind of glad I did. I'm not going to lie.
there's this other thing where there's like this. I think it's like the last bit they do. It's the escape room from hell, and they put 4 people in like these thing.
Yeah, I saw that in the clip, the escape room from hell. Yeah.
First, to get out of the first thing, you have to have this coin, and the coin will get you the key to unlock the door. So the little guy has to reach his hand into this hole and grab grab the coin.
Is that
And
the little guy, the dwarf?
Yeah. And but he reaches his hand in, and on the upper side of the wall is this like 500-pound naked guy bent over, and the coin is between his butt cheeks.
Oh,
they can't
God.
reach it in both butt. So bad. Oh, so
Yeah,
good.
I don't get straight guys. And I say that meaning this is a straight guy movie. These are a bunch of straight guys making a movie for straight guys. And straight guys are some of the gayest fucking guys I've ever seen in my life. They do some of the gayest shit. Sticking your hand in a guy's ass crack to get a coin, it's pretty fucking gay.
All right, so we're getting out of the wire. So I
Ugh.
do have to steam this out. We got invited to the opening of Level 99, which is at
Oh,
Disney Springs, and it
yes.
is it's where Disney Quest used to be, and it's incredible.
Yes.
It's really cool. It's like it's these challenges. There's mental challenges and there's physical challenges, and you go to and it's really just kind of cool. So you buy a block of time, you go in and you do these different challenges, and it's designed to make you interact with people. So the games are for 2 to 6 people, so no one can go in and play alone. And even some of the games, if it's two of you, you'll have to make friends with other people there to
Oh.
try other things out. It's really kind of cool. There's one room. We didn't go into this. Kay and I went, and she was like, "If you'll have a workers' comp claim if we go to this room." But it's like different levels of things, and things turn into lava, and you have to jump from one to the other, that kind of stuff. It's
The
designed.
lava game?
Yeah, it's really great.
I
It's
used to play
cool,
that when I
right?
was a kid. I want to play that. I
Yeah,
love it.
there's one where it's like a balance beam and there's axes that swing and you've got to kind of go through it all. So it's a lot of really fun, cool things to game, and the mine stuff can get really tricky and hard. There were times where we walked in. The only complaint I have, which I guess is by design, right, is that sometimes you walk in a room and you don't know what's going on. You got to figure it out. And if you
Yeah.
don't, you got to keep trying and keep going back. But Kay and I walked into this one room and we're like, okay, what are we doing? And then all of a sudden the room lit up red and it said failed exit. And we're like, "What? We didn't even do anything." It was funny. I did run into, I would tell you this, the O'Connors, Brendan and Patrick were there and covering
Yeah.
it for Orlando Shine. And but I guess it's part of their shtick. They're kooky and great and wonderful.
Yeah.
But they were wearing like these leisure suits that matched. And so I came up with the greatest bit for them because Patrick's like, I'm not walking across that balance, or Brendan said, I'm not walking across that balance beam. And Patrick said, I'll do it for you. And I was like, you need to take his hat and his glasses and be his stunt double. So film him walking up to it and then cut away to you doing it. I mean, it'll be so obvious that you're not him,
Yeah.
but you can film all the stunts that way. I thought it was funny. Anyway, it's a really cool thing. So you should check it out. I think it's great for. I mean, you just want to take some. You know, there are. I mean, I think it's for everybody because there are things that are just for mind things and things that are just physical.
Yeah.
There was one thing that Kay and I did. We were both exhausted at the end of it. So definitely take an eclectic group of people to get through the whole thing. But it's super fun.
Nice.
So that was cool. Then I mean, the only other thing that I have is to cover the film that we went to go see,
Oh,
which we
yes.
actually did see the movie that we said we were going to see.
We saw another film along with all the other films we saw. But yes, this is it's in theaters now. It's an independent film by Kaylee Kiyoko. I think I pronounced it Kaylee. That's what I said. Kaylee Kiyoko. Haley. Oh, it starts with an H. You know what? I wrote that down wrong. I wrote K and K. It's not Kaylee, it's Haley Kiyoko. My apologies. Just one K. So it's Girls Like Girls, and it is written directed by Haley Kiyoko, who is a lesbian, and she is a singer, songwriter, actress, author. I know her from Wizards of Waverly Place, but she's been in a bunch of other stuff. And Girls Like Girls, it actually started off as a song of hers that she made into a music video that she wrote into a book, and that book has been turned into a movie. So it's kind of a nice train of exploring Girls Like Girls
Did she
into
go
this
on
movie.
to did she show up on screen before the movie and explain that?
Yes, that was her. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She came on and that whole thing that I just said, she explained in the beginning of the movie. Before the movie started. So there's a couple of things I want to ask you about this. First, it stars Maya DaCosta and Myra Molly are the two main girls.
Yes.
But there's two supporting characters. The first one is Levon Hawk, who was one of the girls' boyfriends, the skinny
Yes.
guy. Do you know who he is?
No.
That is Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's son.
Oh.
It is also the brother of the girl from Stranger Things.
Wow.
Yeah.
His photo on IMDb looks frightening.
Yeah. And then the other one is the main girl, her dad. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay, who is it?
Zach Braff
Okay,
from
I
Scrubs,
did not.
yes.
I didn't. Yeah, I did not know that was Zach Braff until the end of the movie when I saw the credits. The entire time I was watching the movie, I thought that was Dax Shepard. I didn't realize that Dax Shepard and Zach Braff now look exactly alike to me.
I thought so. What's his name? Shepard. First name?
Dax Shepard, yeah.
Yeah, Dax Shepard. He's in the TV show Parenthood. And
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
and for a large part of it, I thought that he was Zach Braff.
Zach Braff, yeah. He's Dax Shepard is married to Kristen
Bell.
Kristen Bell from Good Place
From
and
everything.
All that. The entire time I was watching this, I thought it was him, and then on the credits it says Zach Braff, and I was like, no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I was like, how did you mix that up? That's not him. And I looked at the trailer and I was like, holy shit.
He didn't have the Verizon guy with him, so he didn't know.
He didn't have the Verizon guy with him. Yeah. Do you want to start off with the Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. I will say that I want to start this off with, I know this movie was not designed for me. So we'll say that. However, it does have because it's an independent film, it has a very independent feel to it. It feels like something critics would love. So I'm going to say critics gave it a 90%. But it is I thought the movie was very drawn out and dull and boring. So I'm going to say audiences probably felt the same way, and that audiences are like 78.
Actually, it was 85 for critics and 90 for audiences.
Oh.
Yeah.
Opposite. Okay.
Yeah, I will say that I don't know. I liked it. Honestly, I liked it.
Interesting.
I
saw a couple of movies this week that I was like, I'm not huge fans of, and I think Rick's going to agree with me. And I'm surprised you enjoyed both of them.
I will say that I haven't seen a lot of movies like this. So I haven't seen the high school senior girl, first love girl. I was just gonna say girl on girl. I think that's a stupid thing to say. So, but I didn't. I'm getting an echo. Hold on.
Oh,
God forbid I open the door to get a little air. I'm like sweating over here. So anyway, I don't think that there's a lot of movies out there like this. I think that I see a ton of them for gay guys, but for girls, they don't see any.
I will agree on that aspect because I wrote this down. This is very much in the wheelhouse of those coming of age stories, but they're traditionally done with either gay men or straight couples.
Right, or they're done for gay men. Does that make sense? But I'm a Cheerleader seems like a show that's plus they were all like older actresses playing younger. This just had the real feel. Like I was watching it and I was like, this is like this must be for young lesbians what Love, Simon was for me when it came out,
I can see that. Yeah.
I will say too that the audience was packed of young lesbian couples who you said that this movie wasn't made for you. This movie was made for them. And I don't know if this is any of your experiences when you went there, but there were a couple of lines that cracked me up because there was like one where she said, why can't you, or are you with him? And she's like, no, I'm not emotionally available. And this girl, this little lesbian in the crowd went, right. Like she totally gets this, and then there was another part where she's like, where the girl said, "I can't be your sounding board for trying to figure out if it's okay for you to like me." And that same lesbian was like, "Oh," like it was her life story up there, and so that was kind of cute and cool to see. Like there was a show that they could watch that they really identified
and I
with.
get that when watching it that it totally was not for me, but it was full of lesbians and like non-gender conforming feminine identifying people, if that makes sense. To the point where when I walked in, they looked at me and watched me walk to my seat. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? This isn't for you. And I was like, sorry, I'm here for the podcast.
I like you had walked in at a gay bar at a heated rivalry viewing party
Yeah,
or something.
exactly.
Right?
So, what I will say is the not the subject, but the way the movie was filmed, it is shot. I have no doubt that Haley Kiyoko is a huge fan of Sean Baker. This is shot like a Sean Baker film, and I hate Sean Baker films. I don't like Honora. Honora,
okay.
Red Rocket, Tangerine are the three big ones. He also did the Florida Project, which I haven't seen, but I hear is his best film, so I should probably check it out. But the other three I'm not a fan of, but they're shot in that kind of drawn out way where there's long montages of the score with the main characters like just doing mundane things to the score. And this happens a lot in there. There's a lot of giggling. The two girls
There's a lot of giggling,
dancing or like throwing their hands in the air with the soundtrack going, and then they giggle, and then they mumble to each other while the music's going, and then they giggle some more. Totally not my thing.
I assume that's just what lesbians do. I assume,
of course, that's how lesbians are.
And her wife giggle and dance around like
they giggle and dance to a soundtrack. But it's nothing against this movie. It just felt like a Sean Baker movie. And I have such a disdain with Sean Baker films that anything that feels like a Sean Baker film instantly turns me off.
Now, between the other movie I saw and this movie, we could call this week Shits and Giggles.
Yes, that could be. Yes, it was very shits and very giggles.
I was told after the fact. I saw the movie and I actually really enjoyed it. You know what I enjoyed? I enjoyed Maya DaCosta, who was the lead. I thought she was great. I really enjoyed her. I bought into her whole story. I wanted to know about her, her relationship with her mom and all that. Because you think like, oh, she lost her mom and it was really hard for her because they were so close. But then you find out that her mom was an alcoholic and it wasn't that they were so close. And then she hated her dad so much because he wasn't there. And then she had all this pent up anger about him, but he wasn't there because the mom didn't want him there. And so it like, there's just all this like misguided anger. And it was just so I thought it was a really cool and interesting story.
I'm going to say complete opposite. I hated her performance. I think she is a terrible actress, at least in this role. I did not believe her at one bit. Her acting is so wooden and so annoying, and I could not stand her.
You see, I felt like that was part of the character.
Didn't like it.
I did, and the other girl was like, just that's the typical high school girl.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But
I did write down here that the other lead also, I did not care for her acting, and I also thought she was a terrible actress. I loved everything about the movie except for those two.
She's in a movie called He's All That, which is sort of the next phase of She's All That. In fact, the girl from She's All That plays the mother of the girl at He's All That. So you know the karate guy in Cobra Kai? I know. Play it back slow.
Okay.
The karate guy from Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
The blonde hair one, the one that said he wants to play Robin in the Batman and Robin movies and wants to play him gay. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's a version of She's All That where it's flipped, where the girl's popular and finds a guy to turn around and he's the guy. I totally want to see this movie. I like She's All That, so I'm totally gonna watch He's All That. Anyway.
Okay.
I don't know. I just disagree with you on this. I thought it was good. It's like I don't think a movie was made for me either, but I think I really liked it. I think
he wants to be gay Robin? Is he gay?
I don't know that he is. I don't think he is. But I mean, there was a thing where he was like, hey, if you want to make Robin a gay character in a thing, I want to do it.
Oh, I like him in Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him as a gay Robin.
Watch the trailer for this movie, and there's a moment in the trailer where you're going to be like, I'm going to watch this movie.
Oh, he could be my gay Robin. Anyway. Where were we?
So anyway, we were graping it. I'm gonna grape this. I'm gonna grape it like I'm gonna say 3.25. I'm not gonna give it 3.5 because I gave it the last week's movie. I'm gonna give it 3.5. 3.5 stars. I think it's a good movie.
I'll give it 2. I think it's if you are a lesbian and this is in your wheelhouse, it's great. I think the 2 leads are terribly miscast. I don't think they're good actresses. I think the side characters, I see Caitlin shaking her head, which is fine. The movie's for you. It's okay. I don't have to like everything. I didn't like this. And again, it's not anything of this film's fault, but this film feels so much like a Sean Baker film that it's hard to like anything about it because I hate Sean Baker so much.
You were definitely not happy that Anora won Best Picture.
No, it was such a stupid fucking movie.
And the giggling and the scenes together with the girls are just like the Anora scenes in the beginning.
Yeah, and you can. So this feels like a movie made by somebody who makes music videos. There's too many montages and it feels too music video to me. It feels like Taylor Swift directed this and I don't like it. Anyway, go check it out if you're a lesbian. You'll love it.
Look, I'm a 51-year-old gay man and I loved it. I think that you can.
You're a 13-year-old lesbian by heart.
There, you might not be wrong. I just found out Brandi Carlile is coming to do a show in New York in August and I'm dying to go.
I do love Brandi Carlile.
I love her.
Oof.
All right. Well,
anyway, yeah. So good movie.
Yeah, but we're seeing what looks like. Oh man, I really hope this movie doesn't suck. We're watching this adorable looking movie for next week. It's called.
Oh, what's his name? His name is. I'm gonna say it begins with a G. Something in summer.
Yeah, I think it's
some guy's name. I'm gonna put in Google name in summer. And no, it didn't bring anything up. I'm going to look it up. If you're on TikTok, it's that clip going around with the little gay kid doing a monologue about miscarriages and abortions on stage. That's the movie. Griffin in Summer. It's on Hulu. Watch it. We'll all watch it together and we'll all talk about it next week.
Looks really adorable. Yeah. So yeah, we'll do that.
But until then, the cork is back in the bottle.